The reason your ads aren't performing is because you're guessing. But if you really want to make them print and you want them to bring in quality clients, you have to do some research. You can't just make AI write them all for you, do the market research for you. You have to read what's actively happening in the market. So for example, here we're writing for a restaurant offer that we're working in, and I went to Reddit, the restaurant thread, and then I found this 20 days ago. It's pretty recent. And then he has a question: are high gas prices hurting anyone else's restaurant sales right now? Right? And it makes people that relate to that curious, so they start a conversation, and then you just read the comments, you just read their frustrations. And as you can see, I found the golden hook that we will be testing for this client. A 25-pound case of Roma tomatoes cost around $33 a case 2 months ago. Those tomatoes are now $82. And then as a small business owner, we get so much flack or slightly raising prices, but it's just a trickle down of what we pay. Restaurants are in bad shape because inflation is out of control. Ours is $94. So people are relating to this, meaning I can create an ad out of it. That's how I validate ads and make sure that every ad I write is not guessing or an assumption. It's what the market is already saying. And now if you just read this, you will see it's their exact word. I didn't tweak anything. I just took their words and put it into an ad so that they can relate to it. And then we say, this is a 25-pound case of tomatoes. 2 months ago, it cost around $33. Now these same tomatoes go for $94. And as restaurant owners, we get so much flack for slightly raising prices, which is the trickle down of what we pay. Notice, it's the same exact line. We're in a bad place because inflation is out of control. Again, same line, same words. And here, what we're really doing is blaming the external factors. We're keeping the fault of the restaurant owners because we don't want to, obviously, we don't want to blame, we don't want to tell people it's your fault. We want to tell them it's their fault so that they don't feel like we're attacking them. That's what we're doing here. And then we just hammering on their frustrations. Margins are razor thin and mistakes keep happening that eat profit out of our pockets. And as you can see here, we make our client position himself as a restaurant owner because the best ads don't even sound like ads. It just sounds like our client explaining his frustrations, right? But then we slowly transition into an ad, and then we already have their attention, and we have the right attention from the right people, right? So then we throw in some statistics. That's why most restaurants in America average a 4% profit margin. So how is that some restaurants doing 2 million and above are averaging 23.6% margins? Not just in America, but across the globe. Well, according to these studies, and then we're going to pop up some studies, from 2025, 71 to 78 cents of your dollar goes out to only two cost categories, right? Curiosity, labor, and food. The restaurants having double-digit margins simply found a way to tighten these two levers, and now they're wondering, oh shit, what are these? What is this way? Well, how do you tighten these two levers? I want that, right? We're engineering desire in their mind because they already know what they want, but they don't know how to get it, right? The problem over it, not solution over it, and therefore started keeping more of what they make. Again, tying back to the promise, to the thing they want. And then we tell them it doesn't matter if, right? So this works even if gas prices go up or down, if wages keep climbing, or if they're forced to raise their prices. No matter what happens in the market, they will still be keeping double-digit profit margins because this new system will allow that, right? Yeah, exactly. Because this new system is able to tighten the two biggest cost levers, they keep high profit margins. It's not like everything the industry has ever seen, again, just engineering curiosity. So if you'd like to see how you could take advantage of this, click the learn more button below and I'll walk you through the full system. When they click, they go to the VSL. The VSL explains the promise and exactly how this works further. And yeah, that's how you create really good ads that perform no matter what you try. Like, you can keep guessing, you can keep trying to ask AI to write you ad angles to find problems and frustrations, but nothing is going to convert as good as just seeing what your market is saying, taking their words, and making an ad out of it. Nothing will outperform that. So I hope you learned something useful in this video and how you can actually create good ads for yourself or your clients that perform really, really well.